You may remember this car from last year when we drove the Lamborghini STO or Huracan STO of Rene from XXL Nutrition, the man behind the biggest sales of powders and pills, as he calls himself, and more importantly, someone who enables us to race on the Nürburgring in a GT3 Cup this year, as he is one of the main sponsors. But today we're going to revisit the STO, because last year after driving it, it was the second STO I ever drove, to see if the previous one was just coincidentally bad or if they're actually bad. And we found out, or at least my personal opinion, they like the car. So today we have something special. Before we're going to do that, XXL Nutrition is also running a giveaway. Namely, hopefully you can see it. Actually, I'm going to just include the screenshot. So if you want to have a ride with me in the race car, you know what to do. Subscribe, like, share. No, sorry. Follow XXL Nutrition and also XXL Nutrition Germany. Like and share, and basically follow the instructions. Anyway, before we proceed, I believe we need to take out some weight in the front of the car.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's a special delivery.
Yes, because while you're here, might as well. So we have
Push the button there.
the front. Yeah, where?
Push the button on the side.
There's a oh, this.
Yeah,
Okay. Look that.
look, all melted
Yes.
protein bars.
Yes, fantastic. All right, we're gonna take them out in a second, but while we're doing that, look at this. This is not stock because it is Jersey RS Pro active suspension that we've installed over winter to see how this is going to affect the car. So like traditionally, you can change manually the high speed and low speed compression settings, but the system comes with its own SCU, suspension control unit. Basically it feels out all the G-forces. You can also do GPS logging, so this system becomes active, and for example when you go through Hatzenbach it will be a bit softer, and when you go on a high speed straight away like Flugplatz, you name it, it could be a bit harder. So yeah, maybe you can show the app, huh?
I am learning also something. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
There's
well
a
that you can
GPS.
do, exactly.
Yeah, okay, that's great.
Yeah, you can also go a lot through the app settings, change the pitch settings and the dive settings, etc. Now, another very important thing for today's video on this particular car, last time the car was running the Bridgestone factory delivery tires. The car was developed on Trofeos, on Pirelli Trofeo Rs, and then they switched due to the marketing agreement, from what I've seen / heard, to Bridgestones, and the car doesn't really particularly functions on them. So when you put it on something grippier, it transforms the car. So back then it was Bridgestone. Now we are not putting Trofeos on, it actually is on Cup 2s, so it should still be okay. You have done already some track days with it, so I guess it's better.
Cup is good, always I think, on every car.
Yep. So we have that, and that
It's a bit
is
dropped, the tire, but it's still...
yeah, it should be okay. Now the other thing is quite a thin sidewall. That is what will make the car usually really dig into ABS quite quickly. That's what we've seen with the Giulia GT-AM, and in general it gives you a very sporty feeling, but there is a very little space for modulation. Therefore, we have set the compression settings and actually the pitch settings on quite soft, so it will allow us a bit more modulation through the suspension travel. So that's it. Now usually we would like to do more laps and do some testing and development and see how it goes and compare the settings, but Lamborghini STO from factory is way too loud. So one lap. We get one lap, and then we will probably gonna get banned for being too loud. So, but yeah, that's all there is to it. So enough talking, let's hop in, do a lap. Did you bring your mascot this time with you?
No mascots.
So
We need a muscular SpongeBob.
we actually, we might have the SpongeBob. Maybe we should go and pick it up from Black Falcon.
yeah.
let's all right. Let's go and see how this baby drives now. All right. Camera's running. We are in Trofeo mode. ESC is off. Should be good. Let's give it a go. Exciting. smoothed out. Of course, we have a bit cold tires. There's a bit more modulation in the suspension, so that's good. The last car I drove was a cup car, so it was significantly stiffer. I know there is no EC, that's the whole point. There was a bit of a slide, but very controllable, so that was good. How does it take the curb? Should have changed the rebound a bit, but at least the car has confidence. It doesn't do weird stuff like it used to do before. Everything is just modular. It's a bit soft set because again, we should change the settings, but I don't think we'll be able to. Sliding. Car is still a bit too soft to take the compression flat. I hate the fixed pedals. Because when you turn in, you can't reach them. The other thing, of course, is the very small tire surface. Because we have 245 on the front and 305 on the back, I think. It's basically 30 mil per axle narrower than a GT3 RS. So mechanical grip, it's not ideal. There's something flying around there. Now that the tires are warm, it starts becoming much more controllable. It's the floor mat, man. I thought I saw something behind me, but it's just a reflection in the engine cover of the very bright sun today. So I wanted to move over for the traffic, but I was thinking, Anyway. lots of oil sands, oil spill, so I'm gonna take it easy. I love how the car reminds me still that there is no ESC. I know. I wish there was someone in Flan's garden to take a picture. What was that? Right, the verdict. So, suspension has been just installed and we've done what we thought should be good. It's on the soft side, so ideally we should tune in the compression actually much stiffer, because it was now actually a bit on the soft side, and the rebound as well should be more aggressive. But that's something ideally we should get off the track now, change the settings, but I think the car is too loud, like every STO from factory. So there it is. The marshal is waiting for us to tell us that we're done for the day. Yeah, there we go. Yes, yes, yes.
Einen schönen guten Tag.
Hallöchen.
Wir sind zu laut.
Ah,
Leider.
leider. Okay,
Deswegen heute nicht mehr.
ja, schade.
Schade.
Aber danke.
Bitte.
Yo, ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Yeah, so when you're too loud, basically, you can come back tomorrow and try again. Now, the interesting thing is that I smell brakes. There is no one in front of us that actually came off the track. So that's another, like, we need to see how the brakes are doing. But in general, it's a massive improvement. Even though that suspension is soft, when it lost traction, like for example, exit Arenberg towards Foxhole, it was just smooth. You can feel what the car is gonna do. It's just a bit too soft, so it's like difficult to drive on the limits. So as I was saying, ideally now we would make the suspension stiffer and go again until we have it perfect, like you usually do. Unfortunately, yeah, we'll have to do it tomorrow. But René is a busy man. He needs to produce all kinds of fancy formulas for XXL Nutrition. And there's not going to be tomorrow. But there's going to be maybe some other day, or week, or month, or we will see. So yeah, it's kind of sad that the stock car is too loud. From what I've heard from a couple of independent Performante owners, because Performante in Corsa mode is actually also too loud. And when everyone knew that it was going to be like a more extreme track-oriented Huracan coming out, they went to Lamborghini and asked like, hey, can you make it less loud for the track so we don't get banned like all the other cars from factory? The response was, you're not our target audience. The majority of people, of our customers, want to have a loud car. And that's true, because like with every car, a street car, very small percentage of actual car owners, track car owners, street car owners actually track them. It's also like for us, you know, like it's when we started Vulcan Alpha with our wings, with our aero, and we had very limited budget and resources in terms of budget and time, we had to figure out what kind of products are we going to make. And we soon realized that majority of the world want to have like really track-oriented performance in our case. So we started making really like wings that perform and are functional. And then a few people would ask, can I have something with TÜV on my Ford Fiesta? Sorry, maybe you want one, maybe your mate wants one, but the majority of the world, they will not really want that. And therefore, it made sense to just focus on the big things. But now we also make something smaller. This actually hasn't been announced yet, but the design is finished and we have a Club Sport wing available now for, it will be published in a few days or weeks after this video comes out. So yeah, anyway, long story short, car has improved massively. Suspension, of course, yes, but also the tires. Tires and suspension transformed the car. Now you would change the setup, should change the setup, but we cannot go again to verify that. Yeah, that's all there is to it. So STO is actually a great platform, like many cars. Like many cars are a great platform. So for people who have been saying, when I was saying that the base car is not driving, I'm not a Lambo hater, because I have a Corvette, and out of the box it's one of the most horrible cars you can think of. Leaf springs and everything and overheating, but the potential is so massive, that's why I have it. So also this has a potential, but out of the box, it's not what it's claiming to be. You need to modify certain things. That's all there is to it. But which other rear-wheel drive, screaming V10, a bit too loud V10, can you get on the market? So I start loving this car now that I know actually what the potentials are. And again, like Lamborghini said, the majority of the owners will not take it on track. And for the road, this is probably the best attention-seeking car if that's what you're after. You let me know in the comments. See you. Bye.